I have an issue. I love the look of these blocks, but they require massive amounts of iron to craft. To address this, I plan to utilize the Create mod to create an iron mine. This project took me over 50 hours to complete and has several complex machines and decorative buildings, but the most essential component, a train, to bring the entire operation together. Now, of course, I've been incredibly smart when designing this build, and I've decided to use a crazy amount of iron already. But luckily, I went on a mining spree on my stream the other day and got a lot of iron to use. So I just gotta get to crafting. Since I'm a hoarder, I had almost everything except a bit of andesite, which I went mining for. The andesite was used to create andesite alloy, and together with a bit of heat, I pressed iron into cast iron. The cast iron was used to create decorative blocks, while the alloy used to craft some create components. Now this is almost everything for the crusher, but I do need to make a few new machines. And I need that to make this crushing wheel because, well, as you can see, it's a very big crafting recipe. Need to quickly just melt up a stack of copper and zinc here. And with this, we can just throw that in the mixer here to make a little bit more brass. And then if you put the crafting table on the bottom, brass casing in the middle, and then the electron tube on the top here, you get 21 mechanical crafters. Instead of making a new power source, let's run down to the pig factory, quickly go up on the roof here, place one of these right here, and then mechanical crafters on top of this, and then we make our crafter here. Don't mind it clipping through the windmill, it's very, very temporary. And then if we grab a few materials here, and I should just be able to plunk these down here, with a ring with andesite alloys around the end, andesite in the middle, and then some planks. Oh, it's moving. Oh, that is so slow. Ooh, and it's done. And it combines. Goes in. And yes, crushing wheels. Now I just need to do that 2 more times.
2 hours later.
And the last crushing wheels is the last thing I need for this. And that will be the second part of our process. And I'm thinking the first one will happen down here somewhere. And then we have to bring the cobblestone out of this cave up into the crushing that will be around here maybe. So I think if I take away a little bit of the ground down here, start a corner here, then we go 3 blocks wide for the train tracks, and then we head 3 blocks over in this direction, and we make a little bit of a square. If we then take these and extend them up 4, 5, 6, 7, I think to that height, before we start extending some beams across these. And I think this should be able to hold everything up. I mean, of course it can, it's Minecraft, but if we want to think about it a little bit realistically, then if you just take some vertical slabs, because, well, that's just awesome. Across here, and I absolutely love these sheet metal blocks. I really wish they had something like this in vanilla. Then if we take away this block right here and this one, we can grab our crushing wheels and run them across from here to here. And I think you're starting to see where this crusher part comes in now. And then we can just stick 2 shafts on these for now. If we take these up 1 more block on these sides, on the short sides here, then we come in with some stairs and we can go around this whole thing. Then taking a few andesite trap doors, we can run that along the edge up here for a little splash of color. And then 2 polished andesite stairs like this. And now it's time to get a little technical. So a few smart chutes down here. Then we place an item vault up top of these. Then I want this stockpile switch right here, looking into that block. Then if we grab a redstone link, we can plonk that there for later. Once this item vault here gets to 80% full, this will send out a redstone signal, and that will block new cobblestone from getting up, so we don't clog the system and we have a lot of items just lagging the server, the world. I'm very alone here. And then we place a shaft here and another one next to that, making a super small little conveyor belt we can take into this portable storage interface that will let us load the train, and then for our second funnel on that. Perfect. And before we hook this up, I'm gonna try to explain it at least. So the cobblestone gets into top, it gets split into these 3 crushing wheels, the gravel gets put into this item vault, which then gets deposited onto this conveyor belt, and using this portable interface here, it gets loaded onto the train, which you'll see it all in action later, but hopefully that makes sense. I'm also learning as we go here, so if this isn't the most efficient way to do stuff, I'm fully aware of that, but I think it looks awesome. Now, it might not be the prettiest back here, but it should work. And this is probably not efficient either, but it's fine. But this is looking epic right now, and even more so now that the conveyor belt is going up there, and I really love how this turned out. And I just gotta say, the big chains. Oh my god, modded is so much fun. And it's even connected down here So once I power this right here, all of this is gonna activate and be powered. And while it was very fun building, I now gotta get back to material gathering because I gotta build the main factory. So for the actual factory, I should have most of the blocks if I just do a lot of crafting. So that's probably what I'm gonna do. I've made this mechanical saw and I'm not sure if it has a limiter or not, but if there's one block touching the ground and I cut this down now. Oh, that is... What? Okay. Holy wood. Oh my god. I've never seen this much wood so fast. So I've just chopped like 9 stacks of wood in like a second. Second time gathering materials now. I got to work trading for bricks, doing a bit of crafting. Okay, maybe a lot of crafting. And even a bit of squid hunting. And the last item, heat dark oak door. And make it a supported dark oak door. And with that, material gathering for the main factory is all done. And well, there's a lot of blocks. So a little bit of an issue now for the next part here is that we have a few villager houses here. And most importantly, my Fletcher villager is right where I want to place this factory. So I'm going to have to clear this area and get those moved. I don't think I'll have to remove this house, so I'm going to start with running a rail from up here all the way down there. And then we can push you up now. Alright, go fast, go fast, go fast. Oh, and here I go, removing all of the trees and the villager houses. Wow, look at that, just breaking the blocks. Am I just talking now to make this time lapse longer? Yes. Now, can I have 2 backpacks? I can. Okay, then I can put everything in backpacks because, well, there's a lot of blocks. This is actually such a huge help having these backpacks. It makes building a lot faster when you have so many blocks. But before we start building here, I need to take away a little bit of terrain. Because would this really be a stand build without me removing the terrain first? Okay, so this should be sufficient space now. I opted to build the create parts initially to visualize the layout a little better. My objective was to establish storage areas for gravel and iron, along with the necessary steps of washing the gravel and pressing the nuggets into iron ingots. While this looks very weird, it's also kind of cool to see how the machine actually works. And I think we can structure a really good factory around this as well. I'll try to explain it now that we can see everything just to make it a little easier. So, plan is to have the terrain come in here, unload the gravel through here, and this will be the gravel storage. The gravel will then get transported along here, picked up by these mechanical arms. The gravel then gets put on these here, and from the fans up top, we're gonna blow water down on them. Takes roughly 30 seconds, and then this other claw over here is gonna grab the flint, put it in that one, and grab the iron and put it in that one. The iron is then gonna come up this line, go through this tunnel here just for decoration. Then it's gonna punk into this little base in here, get compacted into iron nuggets, and then go into the iron nugget storage. And yep, that's how it works. And I figured all of this out through trial and error. So why don't you try and click that subscribe button? Oh god, that was awful. We're gonna need a floor in this factory, of course. So let's start with extending in a stone floor first. Perfect, and now we'll cut a few holes in here. And then we can come in with some sanded and trodden stone here to just make it a little more interesting. And this is just what we did over at the pig factory in the last episode. Now, to start this first wall off, I want to take these fluid tanks and tiny stone bricks, and then I want to use these to kind of mark out where the wall is gonna go. Just give me something to go off at least. And also to add a little bit of decoration, adding in a tank here with some water later, and just add a splash of color and make it something interesting to look at. And then we can come in with a few bricks here and start laying them in. Layering these bricks up all of the way to the roof line. So this is kind of where I want the height, but it's a little boring right now. Oh yeah, that looks a lot better. Splitting it up a little bit and adding in that little bit of highlight up there. Why were they so annoying to place? But yeah, that adds a little more. And then we'll add in a line of square glass at the top, and then the stripe under, just to make it a little different. And of course doing the same here at the top. And 2 dark oak support. And yes, this is starting to look good. Now I just have to do the sides and back. Yeah. I started with the side wall, adding in a whole bunch of windows on the second floor and a bunch of decorations before moving on to the back wall, where I changed the decoration up a bit, but keeping it quite similar. For the last wall, I left a big hole where I could later add a jut out, and of course, keeping the same decorations as before. I gotta say, this looks a lot better with the walls said. Even though it looked cool with the skeleton, the walls added a lot. So the train is going to park here, and we're gonna have these 3 blocks being rails, so we'll have the wall over here. So let's extend in a wall here. Can't forget to put in a little bit of dripstone here, just to still keep up the themes. And then create a sloped roof. Quickly add in the windows. We then take the dusk bricks and cut gypsum slab, place these along here, and then these slabs on top of here to create the train platform. And this right here is just how we did it over at the string factory. Then we can take these metal girders here and, well, start adding these in like this. After the outcropping was done, I decided to add the slanted roof on that. And then the main roof, I used slabs to not make a super high roof. And with that, the outside of the building is fully done. But we still have a little bit of work to do on the inside. So let's start with extending the second floor. And now we just need a way up there. So heading up the back here on our catwalk, let's extend one across from here. And out on this side. And perfect. And now we can get up here because, well, this is the output for iron, so we need to be able to get here. And then so it's not too dark in here, let's add in a few lights. And one down at the bottom here as well, just because I don't want any torches. Some jungle support, and we'll add this right here. Take away the top and make them a little big. And this is currently flying, so let's grab the big chains here and extend those up into the roof. And then the jungle support around these. We'll extend that down an extra block because we do need a source of water over here. Now to hold the water in place, let's get some iron bars and place them here. And how fitting that we take another water from the iron golem well. And there we go. Now this here looks a little weird, so let's add in a big chain. Flip these upside down and extend out 2 of them. So now that one's sitting upside down. I don't know why it's sitting upside down, but... yes. Now on this bag, if I grab the display link, content observer, and Nixie tubes, I want to add one little last thing here. So we put this. No, put this looking into. No, put this looking into. No, look into this. There we go. And if we add 3 Nixie tubes right up here, click there. Now that's the target. Here, amount of matching items. And yeah, there's 0 of that item. And that should be this building completed. Now I could very well start adding in the train tracks and all of that now, but I do have a little bit of iron left, so before we do that, let's go do some more material gathering for a decorative building. Ooh, that's a wall. Oh, hello. Now for these next buildings, I do need to do a little bit of exploring because I do need to find a mangrove swamp. But I think I'm going to start gathering the blocks first, and then we'll take a little bit of a break. I traded a bit more with the villagers, and there also wasn't as much crafting involved, but still a fair bit, because this is modded after all. And I'm going to take my trusty horse here, and well, let's head out on that adventure I mentioned. Because I need to find a mangrove swamp. And also, if you have any name suggestions for my horse here, then please leave them in the comments. And is that mangrove trees I see? It is. Perfect. Now, I didn't bring any fences for the horse, so I'm just going to let it wander out here in the desert. I'll be back, buddy, okay? Don't go too far. Oh! I mean, I used to love deforesting before this, but this thing here, right here, just makes deforesting so much more fun. And then I also need a little bit of mud while we're here, because, well, mud, yes. And my horse hasn't left me, perfect. And with this backpack full of goodies, let's head back home. Home sweet home. And with that little adventure over, it's time to get back to gathering up blocks. So we're gonna have to move some villagers now again, so I want to create this little dirt box here to move them all to. I quickly moved the 2 villagers that were in the way to the dirt box. With everything cleared up, I started work on the first of 2 buildings. This was the Hoist Tower, which is a building commonly found in real mines. I decided to make this building look like a very Swedish house, so adding in red walls using mangrove and a white edge to the roof. Now next to this building, let's start extending in a little bit of brick here. Starting to extend it a little bit on the worn here on the corner. And we'll wrap this all the way around here. So I'm thinking this for the shape here. Continuing on adding in all of the walls here. Before we get to the roof here, I want to pop in on the inside. Using a few temporary blocks, let's add in some redstone lamps. Just because I'm super lazy and I don't really want to do an interior because I'm never really going to be up here. And then, of course, we got to just power all of these. Popping through to the outside, let's grab our glass again. We can add that in here on the outside. Then we can grab some birch support here and use those as window shutters because I absolutely love this texture. And we'll jut some of these out and leave others flat on the wall. And of course, we gotta take away the big part and make them a little bigger. And if we pop up here, we can add some zinc sheet metal here as a few detailed blocks just to switch it up a little bit. We can then place a few fence gate details here on the outside. Then let's run some tough blocks down here to all the way up here, of course, and back down on the other side. Then we can extend some polished cut and a side across here. And we make that a little different over the windows and put an upside down one. Why not? Now I not add in a little small shoot thing here on the side. No idea what it's supposed to be, but it looks kind of cool. And a trapdoor. Another last thing here is going to be to add in a little bit of a shim, just because we are going to have some sort of motor in here to power the elevator. And now the last thing here is going to be connecting this to that. And hopefully this lines up. Otherwise I have to move this whole thing. Looks like it's going to line up. At least if I break this block in, I can add in the last two right there. Oh! Oh, come on. Where did you even come from? Now the hoist tower and building is all completed, and this is actually inspired from real mines, where I found some picture of these buildings and I thought they looked really cool. Since I decided to build the roof up here out of some iron, I'm all out of iron. And well, can you guess what I need iron for? Train tracks and the train. If we head over here, I got this Cobblestone medium here, which I'm gonna upload because this is the only part of the build that I decided not build myself, and it's the Cobblestone Farm. Just because I needed like 86,000, and even though I could probably do that, it will probably be super bulky and expensive, so I just decided to use someone that's really smart to build instead. Now give me that material checklist and let's get this real quick. It shouldn't be too expensive. Even more material gathering, or should I say just crafting at this point? So, funny story guys, I have to mine a little more iron for this iron farm. And the final thing I need is 3 buckets of lava, which we can grab from down here. Okay, so I think I have it in the right position now. Run a quick material check. Yep, everything is good. That should be enough. Let's click play and watch my favorite thing just go at it. Oh, I love this thing. It's so nice. Things seems to be working fine. That's not good. My game just completely crashed. Okay, world, be fine, please. Oh, it's fine. Seems to be working fine again. That looks a little broken. Now we need to put some lava in. Oh, no. Nope. That is our pump. Looking into that. Then we can place a basin right here. Fill this with lava. Yes. Okay, perfect. So grabbing yet another water bucket from the iron golem well. Perfect. Now this all should be functioning if I give it rotational power. And with that, almost all of the main infrastructure is done, except the train and hooking everything up to power. He's still a little scared on that one. We could either do a steam engine, windmill bearing, or water wheel. Water wheel is gonna be pretty bad, so we're gonna need a ton of them. Windmill bearing, it's possible. Steam engine is probably gonna be the one that's most worth doing. All right, so here in my testing world now, that creates 2,000, and this uses 256. That's like 1,750. What if I just powered this? This creates 3,000. As temporary source, we can use this. Okay, I think I've got this figured out now. So these generate the exact same amount. They're the exact same amount of wool / sail blocks. But if we look how you make sail blocks, you need andesite alloy and the wool. And since this is going to be underground, I'm just going to use the wool. It's going to look super ugly, but it's going to work. What happens if I just put a cube of wool? We're just going to put a few cubes of wool underground. And I think we're going to need 3 of those. So I'm going to need like 4 stacks of wool. Okay, I now have 4 stacks of white wool and 2 windmill bearings. I made a sheep pen over there. So I think the best spot for this would be somewhere down here. It's close to that factory and close to this. I made a room in the mountainside and filled it with some wool along with some glue to get the windmill spinning. Okay, so did these produce max? That's max. That's not max, but close enough. Now first we have to connect that up to this, which is simple enough. Just running that in there. Power that, which should power that, which should power this. We connect that to that. Now this is running. Now hopefully this should link up. And yes, it does. Okay. Okay, perfect. Now everything is spinning. Busy hands, that's active. That's blowing the right way. That's spinning the right way. Okay, everything is moving. Okay, so everything is spinning. Cobblestone is flying. Now we can see if everything works up here as well. And we'll just drop all of it in here. And then boom. And yep, it's coming out. Oh, yes. Yes. Okay, cool. Iron nuggets are going up. They're going through the furnace. Up into that. And they're being compacted. And we have our first iron. Yes. We have a factory that produces iron. And we already have 12 iron. Perfect. 13. Yes. Oh my god. So to continue now, I need to press up a few brass here. I'm also going to need a few andesite casings. And if we take these brass, put them like that, and then 3 andesite alloys, we get 3 brass hands. And then we put 3 electron tubes on the top, 3 andesite casings, and the brass hands, and we should get 3 deployers. I actually missaw a thing, so I need an iron block instead with a andesite casing, and a shaft, and a mechanical press. And for now, if we just pop in here, if I install the stressometer here, so we do have 2,600 to play with. Okay, good thing we made these so big. We're gonna need 2 deployers like that. And then we're gonna need a mechanical press. So, stone slabs. Yes, we're making train tracks. Okay, 3.5 stacks should be enough because all we have to do is hook that up. Oh, that's creepers. No, all we have to do is hook that up to here. So I'm gonna get to work on trying to get this in. Okay, so a quick little update here. I have gotten the path from there all the way around in the front here, but I still have to do the turns. So that's a lot of digging. Took the first 25 iron from the iron factory here, and I need some more train tracks. Up and bop. More train tracks, yes. But now we can finally hook up these 2, and everything should be good to go. Okay, back at the schematic cannon here, I should have train gravel, yes. Upload that, and yep, that's quite a few things. Let's quickly grab all of this. Oh no, we need train casings. Okay, we have everything now except the train casings and controls. And to make these train casings, you need sturdy sheets. And sturdy sheets you get by this recipe sequence. And grab some few pieces of obsidian here. Throw these in the crushing wheel. And then we put these here. Ooh. Whoosh. Now we just need to press these twice. And sturdy sheets. One of these has to be turned into train schedules. Oh, not again! Now we're gonna have to turn all of these into casings. And to do that, we just take a few brass casings and turn those into train casings, right? Yes. Which is super easy. Just craft a compass and put that next to our train casings. 2 train stations. Other thing isn't hard to already either. Just craft a lever, train casing, and a precision mechanism, and you get some train controls. Now that is everything that we need. Fire. It crashed my game. And here the train is. Isn't it looking amazing? I've just got 1 step left. I gotta glue it. Assemble. Controlling. Everything clearly isn't connected. Try number 2. Okay, that's moving. Ready to go up this bend. No, I'm falling out. Should be able to just park it here. Oh, and it's getting filled up. Okay, good. Is it full yet? It is full. Okay, let's bring it up. Oh no, I'm gonna hit my head. The tunnel isn't tall enough. Oh no, no. Wait. Now we can bring it on in through the tunnel. I can't see much. I can't see much, like you can see there. And we're just gonna park it up here, act like nothing happened. No. And that does the kissy and it unloads. Yes. What if I were to just like... Oh, leads. Thank you. How do you feel about being our new driver? Oh, yeah. I can tell you're already excited. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. And look at him. Look at him go. Oh, it's perfect. And we already have 150 iron. And I really don't have to do much more to get iron now. This guy will just travel back and forth, leaving the iron. And whenever... He won't be traveling back and forth because there is no driver. RIP. With the train now done, all of the create parts are also completed, which means I can finally start fixing the surrounding terrain. Having already spent more than 40 hours on this video, I could have considered it finished by now. However, that's not how we do things here. Therefore, I invested an additional hour in clearing the area around the iron mine, painstakingly removing path blocks. I have to admit, just clearing away all of the dirt paths made this look so much better. But we can do better. I decided to spend the next little while polishing up the tracks, first adding in deep slate under them. Running out of deep slate here, but I'm trying to get the natural curve under these train tracks so they're not floating and we can actually run up them now. But I gotta get more deep slate. With the deep slate all added in, I moved on to fixing the terrain around the train tracks so it stops floating. Now simply fixing the terrain here under the train tracks makes this look a lot better. But there's still a lot of detailing we need to do, and next up I want to tackle the tunnels because they look really bad. Oh, here's some more tough. Okay, good. I want to make these into some pillars, and then the deep slate to cut deep slate walls. Oh, yeah, here we have it. This is what I need. Scorchia. This is where the tunnel begins, I declare. So we're gonna bring this tough up like 5 blocks on either side here to mark that the tunnel begins. Then we gotta take away the walls now because I gotta extend in these deep slate walls instead. And this is gonna give it a little more width than just using a normal wall. Now in here where we start to get a little bit deeper inside of the tunnel, I want to start extending in some scourgia walls on the bottom and the top first, because that's how the shadows would form. I heard it coming. Oh no! Oh, okay. Note to future self. Stop the train when working on the track. Stupid long journey and breaking but stupid. Hey, so my stuff? Thank you. They're all spread out. Gonna replace the train track. That wasn't close at all. It's really nothing special, but it looks way better than just a tunnel into the mountain. Now I just have to replicate it down here. And with that, the second train tunnel is also done, which looks a lot better than the dirt and stone we had before. And now since I won't be working in the tunnels, I feel safe giving the chicken back this. But how much iron do I noticed that something was still lacking with the dirt building up beside the train tracks. To address this, I made the decision to slightly move the dirt back and incorporate several stone blocks for added variety. Now next up here, I want to gather up a bunch of birch leaves. Just because I want to build a few birch trees, of course. Now I would like to keep a little bit over 2 stacks of these as normal birch leaves. I want to turn those into orange birch leaves. And I want to turn some of these into golden birch leaves. And another few into red birch leaves. I'm going to need quite a few birch fences. And then also a few birch wood. Now I'll actually be using the schematic cannon to build this. So I hope it doesn't break. And with break-in, I mean of course crashing my game. So now with a little bit of gunpowder, let's watch it build. With one final push to complete this project, I embarked on achieving a goal that I had initially mentioned in the first episode, creating a connected city. And well, to have a connected city, we need roads. With the original road now reaching the iron mine, I had to swiftly complete the road leading down to the actual factory. And with that crucial step finished, we can finally call this iron mine complete.